Hello, and welcome to the first devlog for Pneumagination. If you're curious about how the development of MinMax is going, here's a wall of text. So, Pneumagination is going to be my next animatronic simulation project. After 3 years of experience making these, I'm ready to make a fully original game. This devlog is mainly going to be going over my plans for the game and what to expect moving forward. Pneumagination is going to be an animatronic simulator where you will create your own custom modular animatronics, make show tapes for them to animate to, and host them in your own restaurant. Unlike my original trilogy of fan games, this is going to be a proper game with goals and progression, rather than a 3D software tool. The engine powering those original games is also being rewritten from scratch to make show tape creation easier and more expansive. This new engine is going to be the DEAD engine, short for Digital Emulator of Animatronic Drivers. This will be an open framework that anyone is free to use in their projects, as it won't be entangled with Pneumagination itself. As always, my projects are open source and available on GitHub. Let's discuss how the game is going to conceptually function. Players are going to choose a random seed and will choose to purchase from a randomized selection of stores and buildings. From there, the player will have access to randomized animatronics companies willing to offer their services. Each company will have a different style of bot that they make, all at different prices. From there, you will purchase and create animatronics for your restaurant. This is going to be a modular system to keep things simple for all players. Players will be able to choose whether to have legs, which body type, different arm and hand mechanisms, and different heads. Then they'll choose a pre-selection of faces and furs, give them whatever colors they wish, and outfit the characters from an assortment of cosmetics. From there, it'll be up to you to decide how you want your stage in your store. Players in the beginning may only be able to purchase a single robot, and may have to get cheaper show computers to create their show tapes with. These differing show computers will give players restrictions on the number of lights and movements they can have, allowing for creative problem solving in the early game. More complex show setups will be available as the player progresses to ease them into the process. If you've played any of my previous projects, show tape creation will be the same procedure as usual. I am however going to have everything now available in an on-screen UI for you to access. It'll be much more robust and make show tape animation fast. Alongside making your show, you'll be able to decorate and customize your restaurant to improve guest retention. While money will be used to purchase food, decor, and animatronics, a separate skill tree will be in place that players can use to unlock being able to customize certain parts of the map, such as floors, walls, outside decor, roof color, etc. Players will be able to slowly grow out of their small places into bigger maps with bigger shows, compete with rival locations in the market, and run things how they like. This isn't going to be a game with any set end goal or any game over state, but a set of unique shows and restaurants earned during play. As per usual, show tapes will be savable and shareable, though with everyone running different shows, I'll also include the feature to share your restaurant as well. This ensures that no matter how your save file changes over time, you have a separate snapshot of your map you can enter outside the normal game loop. As for plans on how this will be released, for now it's going to be released free early access throughout the prototype phase of its development. It's already available right now on GitHub for you to test making show tapes with simple pneumatic bots. At some point when development is wrapping up in like a year or two, I'll keep the early access available, but then officially release the game to Steam with more content. The Steam release will also still have an open source code to encourage modding. As for this past week's development, I've implemented 2 extremely small maps with a simple wooden animatronic to mess around with. Most of the work went towards setting up the DEAD engine itself. This engine is going for a few major changes. First is the switch from a frame-based on and off system to a command-based analog value system. This will allow the engine to support servos while also reducing file size. Speaking of files, the show tape file system is now saved in compressed JSON instead of the unsafe binary formatter I originally used. Audio is also now not restricted to just uncompressed .wav files. Most audio formats are now compatible. Having multiple audio and video streams is also now possible. The next major change is supporting commands and multiplexer operations. All show tapes can now have timed commands which will let you decide which speaker or TV is receiving which feed from your tape. I'm also planning to develop more accurate simulations for the air and flow controls on characters. This will give them that weight of lifting an entire arm, some shakiness when they slam a big movement, and also a way to calculate how much air is being used up. This will let me implement real air compressors into the game that you will need to make sure are big enough to run your show. And so far, that is the plans for this game. It's available on GitHub right now for you to mess around with and mod, and discussion of the game is in my Discord server. Patrons in the server can get exclusive access to works in progress before they're published to the public repo. Have fun, and I'll see you next time.